I want to platinum 1000 games so I can put it on my tombstone. I'm currently on 360, so I have a couple more years before the carpal tunnel and my brain starts to rot. The next game I'm going to platinum is Astro Bot. If you remember the first Astro Playroom game that I released with the PS5, then you're pretty used to these games. But to be honest, this one's just filled with so much more content. And I think there's over 150 characters. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to add more when there's DLCs. Anyway, this game has 44 trophies, and to be honest I think most of them are pretty straightforward. I think about 1 or 2 I used the trophy guide. Our main goal in Astro Bot is to collect the CPU that has been stolen by that big alien from The Simpsons. And we also need to find all the remaining mothership parts that have been scattered around the galaxy. During this, we'll also need to collect all 300 bots, 120 puzzle pieces and 10 lost galaxies for trophy requirements. There are 5 planets in this game, and each planet has a mothership part that will be rewarded after defeating the boss, which we need to collect. Meanwhile, we must also clear 4 islands, collect all the bots, puzzles and lost galaxies on each one. We land in a place that looks like the desert, which I think is our home base. We find our first satellite, which takes us to the first galaxy. After landing on our first planet, we collect our first bot, which unlocks us our first trophy, and not long after that our second trophy for collecting our first puzzle piece. And yeah, I just did say first like 5 times, sorry for that. One thing I love about this game is these little birds, which if you pay them 200 coins, it will make a beeping noise when you're near a collectible, which I think is personally amazing. One thing I hate about doing trophies is basically them games that have a 1 hour collectible guide, which just fucking drives me insane. On our second planet, we play some basketball and unlock a trophy for scoring. Once we make it through all the planets, we always fight a boss at the end, and I'm not gonna lie, some of them get pretty intense. But after defeating them, we're always rewarded with a special character that has another planet which we can go to, and I actually really enjoy these planets because we get to play as the characters. After finishing our first galaxy, we get a trophy for recovering the mothership's memory. But before heading off to the second galaxy, we collect all the bots I missed and the ones that can be found in extra missions. We also collect all the puzzles from the first galaxy, which pops to the trophy for opening the gacha lab. The gacha lab is going to be pretty important later on, because once we earn 15k coins, we'll come back here to use all our coins gambling, which we all love to gamble, don't we? Just like I did with all my in real life belongings to stake on RuneScape. I'm joking, God. Anyway, let's make our way to the second galaxy. In one of the worlds, we get to play with a pair of boxing gloves, and we use them to drag 2 worms out of the ground to earn a trophy. Join the next planet, I get another trophy for spraying water on a tree. At the end of the second planet, we get to play as another special character, and this one is my personal favourite because we get to play as Kratos. During the mission, there's these birds that we have to defeat, just like in the actual God of War, but thank fuck there's only 8 of them, and after we defeat them all, we get a trophy. And at the end of the mission, we collect another mothership part and pop a trophy, and we also get the trophy for collecting all the bots in the second planet. In the first island on planet 3, we see these 4 big slot machines, and if we win on them all, we get a trophy. Once again, we've got another cool special character, and this time it's Nathan Drake. And during the mission, we have to collect 3 precursor eggs from Jack and Daxter to pop a trophy. After completing the planet, we collect another part for the mothership, and we also collect all the bots that we missed. Back at the home planet, we pop 2 more trophies for opening the dual speeder garage and opening the changing room. Moving on to Galaxy 4, and this one's pretty straightforward to be honest, there's only 1 cleanup trophy and that's for jumping through some hoop. Finally, you know how it goes, we fight another boss and our special character this time is from the game called Loco Roco. I've never played it before, but I guess it's these balls which weirdly enough, I actually had a dream about them last night. Ha! Gay! After we finish rolling them balls, we find another mothership part and we also collect all the bots that we missed again. We now open the Safari Park, and now that we have access to it, we can go earn a trophy for taking a picture. On to the final galaxy, and this one is also pretty straightforward, but the missions are starting to get a lot harder. The special character we play as this time is Aloy from Horizon, and she has 1 trophy which is for getting 7 kills with the tripwires. We then get our final mothership part, and also all the rest of the bots. With all the main planets down, I now focus on the lost galaxies that I spoke about earlier, and after completing the original 10, there's another mission that appears that we complete, and we also collect all the bots for the trophy. Now we do the final mission that allows us fighting the alien to save the CPU. During the boss fight, we use all the different abilities we found during the game to help us defeat him, and we also get a trophy. The end credits to this game was just so much fun. Games like this is why I love Platinum, because this is not something I'd normally play if it wasn't for doing Plats. Now that we're done with the story, let's go back to the main planet and gather all the rest of the robots and puzzles. But during that step, I earn a trophy for knocking a bot out of a bot tower. And also I earn another trophy for climbing to the top of the PS5. Thank fuck this isn't the PS5 Pro, or I'd be paying £700 just to climb it. Anyway, back to my worst nightmare, and by that I mean the gacha lab to open 150 prizes, with the first prize given a trophy and the 150th. I also found that if you're low on coins for the 15k, I would suggest speedrunning the planet Final Encore. It's a really fast mission and you can get about 600 coins every time you play it, but don't forget to get that extra 100 coins bonus at the end of the level. Remember earlier when I said this game's really fun? Well, I regret those words after building the golden statue. Because once this thing is built, there's a bonus mission, and this is absolute torture. This thing gave me flashbacks to the Knitted Trials and Sackboy. But you know what? I loved it. There's nothing better than dying over and over again until you finally finish it and pop that beautiful trophy. Wait, do I have something wrong with me? Anyway, now it's just time to fly through some cleanup trophies, with the first one for watching all the ship parts singing together. Next, I went back to the special character level from the first galaxy, and I got another trophy for catching this golden butterfly, but for some reason I must be mentally challenged because it took me 7 swings just to get this thing. I then take a picture of Lara Croft and Nathan Drake near each other, but for some reason I got really lucky with this trophy and they actually stood right next to each other. Now I piss off Kratos by hitting him, so then he throws his hammer at Thor and freezes him. I then decide to bust out some dance moves next to Crash Bandicoot. Then I make the dude from Yakuza give me all his lunch money. Before I get to the last couple of trophies, if you're like me and needed one more puzzle piece, try getting a strike on this bowling ball minigame. I spent a good 15 minutes just walking around trying to find it. The next trophies I get are for punching the 2 people from Street Fighter and then standing in the middle of them, and then for getting the bots to make a wall that I can climb and then knocking it down. My final trophy is for getting all the robots together and dancing for my 381th platinum.